but you needed a visa to transit. Like when I was going to Britain from Germany, I had to get a Dutch transit visa and a Belgian transit visa. Because if you didn't have it, at the border they will remove you from the train and put you back to another train going back to where you came from. These days, you just need a Schengen visa. And you can travel across the whole of Europe. You see? This is what I'm saying. And this is a problem that we're having in Africa. Because in Africa we still have a lot of problems. Aliko Dangote was saying that for him to travel across Africa he needs 35 visas. But his French competitor does not need a visa to travel across Africa because he's got a French passport. But with a Nigerian passport you need a visa to travel to any African country. A shame. It's a big shame. So, but let me now get back to Kenya. In Kenya, we have what we call a demographic dividend. Because we have a large percentage of our population which are young. Over 70% of our population are below the age of 35. So we have got a youth dividend. But this thing here, it can be either a blessing or a curse. The youth can be either a blessing or a curse. If you don't empower them through opportunities for education to acquire skills, they become basically failures. They become delinquents, drug addicts, criminals. So they're basically a burden into society. But if you impart skills on these youths, so that they are able to do work here and there, then they become a motive force for development. That's why we all the time laid a lot of emphasis on education, from ECD through primary to secondary to university education. So you're here, and you're here and you're working because you got the education opportunity to learn. But see, what we're having in Africa again is lack of opportunities. Lack of opportunities to employ these youth. I mentioned the other day that it's a shame that currently we find African children drowning in the Mediterranean, trying to reach Europe. To them is a greener pastures. They're escaping poverty. They're escaping lack of employment back on the continent of Africa. This is a shame. We need to create an enabling environment for these youth to be able to get employment in Africa. But that doesn't mean that it must only work for companies in Africa. That's why the reason why I'm very happy that we are talking about people living in Kenya and working for companies in Germany. And this agreement has just been signed here between us, that Kenyans can work for German corporations when they're living there in Kenya. Okay? And then, so, in other words, instead of these people exporting labor to Africa, we are the ones who are now exporting labor where? Here. Because you see, whereas we have a youth dividends, these people have got a youth deficit here. It's an aging society. It's an aging society. You have a situation where you've got an inverted pyramid. The base is up. down here it's not smaller.